Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, those of you who we saw this morning. This is a bit of an experiment and it's a bit of a laugh. We're going to try and recreate an old-style radio show. So, I'm going to be fiddling about a bit and hopefully pulling it all together, and we've got various special guests coming from the audience to aid and assist in our endeavours today. So, without further ado, in approximately 25 seconds, we're going undead on air, and it's very technical, this is great. Quiet in the studio, please.
Wonderful Radio Randle, it's a husband.
Yes, thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen, to Trevor Hoyle for providing our opening theme there for the show. His show, Randle Scandal, starring the fabulous Mr. Keith Clifford. And also on today's show, we'll be featuring a cavalcade of stars, including two-ton Tessie O'Shea, plugging up the plug hole, the wonderful Jack Hilton and his orchestra, looking extremely relaxed in his brand new Speedos, writer Trevor Hoyle, and who's this pulling alongside in their gold-plated kayak? It's juvenile songster Ken Birch. All the way from York, sultry-eyed Paul Culkin will strum his four-string thing and show us why all the ladies like a ukulele. We have music from Tommy Cooper, Lemonade Shandy, Professor Isaac Briggs, and little Billy Bragg and his tap-dancing ferret Tommy. But first of all, we've got stars from afar, stars from near, and stars in our eyes. So on with the show with the wonderful, the one and only, who in 1939 starred in this very building with Frank Randle in their show of shows. It's Tessie O'Shea.
You haven't been fiddling with it, have you, Phil?
I beg your pardon?
I said you haven't been fiddling with it, have you?
Not with that.
Yeah, not with... Oh, what you say? Oh, you cheeky thing. Wait a minute, see if I've got it right. Oh, that's all right. Are you all ready, boys?
Aye.
Aye, aye, go and get back to your trenches. Heavy artillery's in action. Stand by. Now, when the sailors calling goes the code to beware, you'll hear everywhere that sailors don't care, and we don't really know what they are at. Oh, but when it comes to love and things like that, I know that sailors do care. My sailor cares for me. Oh, how do I know? What has he done? You don't suppose I'm going to tell you here in front of everyone, but I know that sailors do care. So loving mine can be. Cause he puts his arms around my neck and hands onto the upper deck. My sailor cares for me. Oh, I know that sailors...
Just to remind you that we're going to be broadcasting for the next hour or so, and at the end of today's show, the fun carries on at Blackpool's Comedy Carpet with Jimmy Lee's Chinese Shoeshine Parlour, the Bispham Chippy and Hawkeye the New Scottish-Canadian Rock Emporium. Yes, thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't forget my fruit guns, Mum. I just love those fruit guns, Mum. Frequent spies that chew those fruit guns that last all day. Bring me home some fruit guns, Mum. All my pals like fruit guns, Mum. Roundtree's fruit guns last the longest. That's why we all say, they're nasty. They're Roundtrees.
Don't forget the fruit gums.
Wonderful Radio Randle, get off me foot.
Yes, indeed. Time now to meet our first guest of the afternoon, Dr. John Burskow. John, I wonder if you'd help me with this script. It's really heavy. Oh, very good. Oh, got it, right. Whew. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and give him the clap he so richly deserves, our very own Dr. John, Joe Knightley. Thank you. John's going to help me out with this next sketch called A Visit to the Doctors. It says special effects there. Liz, can you... louder. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Liz. We'll call you.
Come in. Sit down. Oh, I see you are sitting down.
How do you?
Let me just take some details. What's your name?
Arnold Clutterbuck.
Clutterbuck. And when were you born?
23rd of April.
And which year?
Every year.
Where are you from?
Manchester.
Which part?
All of me.
And what's your occupation?
I'm the editor of a celebrity magazine for the elderly.
Oh, and what's it called?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
And what seems to be the trouble?
I've not been well. I think I'm at death's door.
Well, let's see if we can pull you through.
Pause for laugh. I think it's me eyes.
And what makes you say that?
Me mouth.
No, what's wrong with your eyes?
Well, you see, t'other day, a little old lady asked me to see her over the road, so I said, stay there and I'll take a look.
Is there anything else?
Yes, you see, sometimes I keep thinking I'm Donald Duck, and other times Mickey Mouse.
Oh, that's all right. You're just having Disney spells.
Oh, hey. Sometimes I think I'm Tom Jones.
It's not unusual.
Yeah, oh, and I've got this lump here that looks just like a strawberry.
Here's some cream for it.
Oh, thank you. I'll level with you, Doctor. Me and the missus are trying for a babby.
Oh, marvellous news. I have to ask, how old are you?
I'm 82.
82, bye. And how old's your wife?
22.
Really? I have to warn you that sex at your age can be very dangerous.
Hey, if she dies, she dies. Thank you, Liz.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to put you on these pills.
Oh.
And you're going to have to take them for the rest of your life.
Oh, heck. There's only 28 in the packet. Ho, hop, hey.
Wonderful Radio Randle. Get off me foot.
Blimey. Yes, indeedy.
Wakey wake!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Dr. John. You know Liz and Liz and her partner John have opened a telescope shop on the Golden Mile, and business is really looking up. Yes, oh God. Back to the surgery with you now, John. These people aren't going to stay sick on their own. Time now for a very, very special guest here on Wonderful Radio Randle. We present Jimmy James and Eli Woods in a sketch entitled The Singing Werewolf.
Excuse me, mister. Excuse me. Yes, what do you want? Well, I have a note for you. It's about our Eli. Your Eli? Yes. Who's your Eli? I'm our Eli. What's the note about? Well, last Monday, our Eli bit a fella's ear off. So the magistrate said he'd have to see a cyclist and get examined. Cyclist? Examined? Yes. I should think you mean a psychiatrist. Ah, that's it. Have him analysed and see what he's made of. Yes. Yes, the man wants to know what you're made of. Sugar and spice and all kinds of spice. That's what little girls are made of. See, we've never told him any difference. Such innocence. You wouldn't think he bit a fella's ear off last Monday, would you? I don't know about that, but this note is not for me, it's for a psychiatrist. Yes, well, we've been to him, and he told us to see you because he only deals in human beings. Well, what's Eli then? What's Eli then?
Well, the father always said...
Never mind about it. The man doesn't mean that. Well, it strikes me he's a bit of a phenomenon. You know what? He's a bit of a phenomenon. Oh no, I'm not having that. Oh no, fair's fair. He's always been a good lad to my mother. I'm not talking about your mother. No, you'd better not, I look to now you've got 2 ears. All right. Now look here. I only deal with reptiles and animals. Well, the magistrate said our Eli's like an animal biting people's ears off. And when I come to think of it, he's been knocking about with our Oscar a lot lately. Who's Oscar? His brother? Oh, no, Oscar's the parrot, no relation. You see, it was like this. My father and my mother were filling in the census form. Well, nobody seemed to know what to put down for the lodger, but my father did, and he told them. And that's what caused the row. Well, the census man interfered, and our Eli ups and bites his ear off. The only way to cure him of biting people is to get someone to bite him. Well, that's a good idea. Why not put him in that cage with a gorilla? That'd cure him, wouldn't it? Yes, but what about the smell? Oh, the gorilla will get used to that.
Wonderful Radio Randle, get off me foot.
Yes, marvellous to hear Jimmy James and our Eli again there, and it's all due to the technological terpsichore of the fabulous digital internetathon thing. And if you're at home listening to this broadcast, you simply don't know what you're missing. There's me, Cuthbert, stood here with Mrs. Cuthbert by my side, and we're both wearing a set of matching leopard skin bikinis. We're surrounded by a troupe of pole dancers, vigorously gyrating their way through a strenuous routine. Hello, Vlad. Hello, Lech. Stout lads, one and all. But who's that stood in the middle of them, politely asking the pole dancers to step aside as he strides manfully to the microphone? Why, it's wonderful Radio Randle's very own ukulele maestro, the one, the only, Mr. Paul Culkin. Hello, Paul. Smashing. Now, hey, bang up. Fire away, lad.
I suppose we better start off with the theme song, hadn't we? I only played this once a year, so if I figure he was born in Wigan in 1901, the wrong side of the sheets, busking for pennies on Blackpool beach. The big time then seemed way out of reach, but a youth filled with tumbling and slapstick made him the perfect clown. Comedy was his game, and the reason he became the uncrowned king of dear old Blackpool town. The king of Blackpool, Frank Randle was his name. Comedy was what he did best. On the music hall stage he was a cut above the rest. In the north they idolised him, some in the south would put him down. Comedy was his name, and the reason he became the uncrowned king of dear old Blackpool town. In the 30s and the 40s he was all the rage. The things he got up to in his private life almost eclipsed what he did on the stage once a year. Stories of drink and womanising have been handed down. Comedy was his game, and the reason he became the uncrowned king of dear old Blackpool town. All together now. The king of Blackpool, Frank Randle was his name. Comedy was what put him there. Those northern people followed him everywhere. The booze, the women and the taxman. Finally nearly brought him down. But comedy was his game, and the reason he became the uncrowned king of dear old Blackpool town, Mr. Randle, the uncrowned king of dear old Blackpool town. Something like that, anyway. This is a little song called She Was Only a Fishmonger's Daughter, but she laid on the slab and said, fill it. Grandad used to be a Casanova in the years gone by. Virile and strong, keen to get it on with any girl who caught his eye. Then the years took their toll. He was relegated to a watching role. But Grandad's on Viagra now. Grandad's on Viagra now. He's a new man somehow. No one needs to show him how. No, no, cause when he chooses, his vital juices are boosted. And how? From a trickle to Niagara, Grandad's on Viagra now. When he was a butcher, when he was a soldier, he stood up proud and tall. Later on he hardly had the strength to stand at all. Now he's at attention when the Avon lady calls, cause Grandad's on Viagra now. When he was a butcher, to flirting he was prone. Later on he had to leave the ladies alone. Nowadays he's back to serving beef on the bone, cause Grandad's on Viagra now. He used to jump up as a young man when he spied a pretty girl, I guess. Now he don't stump up for Johnny jump-ups. They're all provided by the NHS. He's a whole new man somehow, cause Grandad's on Viagra now. I said me Grandad's on Viagra now. Grandad's on Viagra now. He's a new man somehow. No one needs to show him how. No, no, cause when he chooses, his vital juices are boosted. And how? From a Mini to a Jaguar, Grandad's on Viagra now. He told me he was marrying a girl of 22. I said I'd get a lodger if I were you. Now his bride's expecting and the lodger is too, cause Grandad's on Viagra now. He went to a specialist whose office was in Strensall. There he got a suction pump, a very strange utensil. He doesn't need it now, there's always lead in his pencil, cause Grandad's on Viagra now. He used to jump up as a young man when he spied a pretty girl, I guess. Now he don't stump up for Johnny jump-ups. They're all provided by the NHS. He's a whole new man somehow, cause Grandad's on Viagra now. The little tinker, Grandad's on Viagra now. Now he's feeling so much stronger, they barred him from the conga, cause Grandad's on Viagra now. Sorry about forgetting the words.
Wonderful Radio Randle, get off me foot.
Ooh, there you go. Thank you very much, Paul Culkin. Yes, wakey, wakey. Whoa, bye, Now, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Hand Culkin. Wasn't that something? Big round of applause again for Paul, please. Hey. He's going to be back later on. I think we can persuade him to do another number for us. But you know, if ever there's a nuclear war, I'm going right round his house. He's never had a hit yet. So anyway, time to bring on wonderful Radio Randle's very own roving reporter, Trevor Scoops Hoyle. Trevor has a special report that he's compiled throughout today's events surrounding Frankfest here in Blackpool.
Thank you, Digby. Yes, it's been a marvellous day here in Blackpool. Earlier on, I interviewed an elderly gentleman that I saw feeding tripe to the donkeys and asked him how his day had gone. Here's what he told me.
By it's grand, I tell thee. These lasses they've got in Blackpool, they're a friendly lot. I was walking along the Golden Mile this morning, and there were a reet hot and stood underneath the tower. She said, "Hello, mister, do you fancy a bit?" I said I didn't know they were checking it down.
And are you staying in Blackpool?
Oh, I am, yes. I got a lovely B&B yesterday. I asked the landlady if she had a room to let, and she said, yes, but I don't want any children. I said, your luck's in, I've got a bad back.
Are you on holiday here in Blackpool?
Oh, no, I'm an artiste. I'm performing here. Have you heard of the Chippendales?
I have. Are you one of them?
No, I'm with the other lot, the Wensleydales. But a bit cheesy.
And a bit old.
Mature, I prefer to call it. Mind you, we were doing our show last night at the Grand, and I took my clothes off, and I am the first to admit that I'm no longer at my best. Do you know, there were 2 old women in the audience. One had a stroke, but the other couldn't reach.
That must have been very touching for you.
I'll say. I tell thee what.
My name's not what.
What's not what?
My name's not what, that's what.
That's what I said.
Well, carry on then.
Oh, all right. T'other day, I went into a chemist shop and I asked the young lad behind the
Beyond the chemist.
I said, do you sell Windies? He said, aye, and I wrote it down. Then I asked if he sold surgical stockings, and he said, aye, so I wrote that down. Then I asked if he sold corn plasters. He said, aye. And he said, why do you keep writing this down? I said, I'm 82 and I'm getting married next week to an 80-year-old, and we thought we'd put your shop down for the wedding list.
Really?
Oh, yes, you've got to keep up these days.
Keep what up?
Oh, no, I'm not going there again. Hey, isn't eBay wonderful? I've sold my homing pigeon 5 times.
And that's when I thought I'd better go for a drink.
Wonderful radio.
Thank you, Trevor.
Together,
Wonderful Radio Randle. Yes, indeedy. Oh, now, welcome back to Wonderful Radio Randle, where the time is just a little bit later than it was before. So that must mean we have another special guest. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, is very special indeed, because he's been dead for 50 years. But captured here on an ancient BBC recording, Wonderful Radio Randle presents to you, performing in Blackpool, a visitor from the south of England. It's Max Miller, live in Blackpool in 1962.
Oh, you all right?
Come in a minute.
Things have happened, haven't they, since I've been out of sector? Things have been happening all over the place. The Russians, they got a boy and a girl going around like mad out there. Mac Miller knows a couple he'd like to send out there, okay? The Martians are worried. I'm not surprised. Women drivers? God. Marples is going mad. He's thinking of firing a couple of parking meters. I always feel a tone here in Blackpool. I always feel a... Yesterday I put a tone. I bought a sticker up with Reggie Dixon's name running right through it. Makes you feel a tone, doesn't it? Actually, I've just got back from America, you see. I went over by ship. It was an American ship. I knew it was American. Even the funnels had filter tips. Well, I've heard of ice water, but in the swimming pool. Mind you, you know when you're there all right in America, you steam up the Hudson, you see that whacking great statue of Elizabeth Taylor. Still holding the torch for Richard Burton. The cars are so big they take 3 minutes to run over you. A traffic jam, that's more like a caravan site. Talking of sights, though, I had a good look at the White House. I know why they call it the White House. Covered in nappies. Nappies, you know, that's no problem over there. The Labour saving mad over there. Everything's press button, you know. Fella said to me, have you got any gadgets back home for saving Labour? I said, yes, we got one. It's a dirty great pipe with Harold Wilson on the end of it. So I'll soon find one, don't worry. Talking of politicians, Mac Millen's worried. He's in trouble himself. He's been in the news about the state of his suits. Well, it's obvious he's not a backbencher with patches on his knees. He should worry about patches. He should worry about patches. If he stays as he is, they've offered him the lead in Steptoe and Son. All you've got to do is learn the language. But show business, show business is looking up all right. I've been offered, as a matter of fact, I've just signed a 5-year contract with J. Arthur Rank. I'm going to be a skittle. I tell you what, I was bowling down the Golden Mile. You all know the Golden Mile. Well, there's 2 of them, really. The other one's Liz Taylor's bank statement. Money. A bit quicker, if you don't mind, in this corner. The money. This take the money that girl earned and what she earned, she could practically afford to stay here for a fortnight. And I wouldn't blame her. They've got everything here. They've got clubs, theatres, circus, bingo. They tell me they've got a beach as well. And the girls on the beach, if you caught the here, you I can see that look in your eyes. And they wear a couple of handkerchiefs there, don't they? I'm waiting to meet one with hay fever. Actually, I did. I met one girl. She had a kind of a, what you might call an arresting face. She looked like May Gray. We decided to go to the Hall of Mirrors up there at the fun fair. No, I think, you know, I'm very funny with that long neck and those wavy legs, and I realised we hadn't got in yet. Oh, we had a wonderful time. Then she took me home to meet her parents. What a nice old boy, her father. He said, pardon me for not standing up. Well, I didn't mind. He was having a bath in front of the fire. Didn't see much of her mother. Well, she was just off out, you see. She's got a contract with the Scottish Travel Association. She has to swim up and down Loch Ness. But the daughter, when she was dressed, she looked marvellous. She wore the latest creation, you know, the shift. The shift. Well, I did, straight over the settee, straight up the back door, and I chased up the
Max Miller, live in Blackpool, 1962. All the way from the archives of oblivion. Here's another little break for a moment so I can sit back, relax and wonder why I'm the only one in the room without a drink. And why don't we get some great advice from Noel Coward singing There Are Bad Times Just Around the Corner. Whoop.
Wonderful Radio Randle. It's a husband.
Oh, it is.
They're out of sorts in Sunderland, the terribly cross in Kent. They're dull in Hull and the Isle of Mull is seething with discontent. They're nervous in Northumberland, and Devon is down the drain. They're filled with wrath on the first, the fourth, and Sutherland souls refrain. In Dublin they're depressed lads, maybe because they're Celts. For Drake is going west, lads, and so is everyone else. Hooray, hooray, hooray! Misery is on the way. There are bad times just around the corner. There are dark clouds hurtling through the sky. And it's no good whining about the silver lining, for we know from experience that they won't roll by. With the scowl and the frown, we'll keep our pickers down and prepare for depression and doom and dread. We're going to unpack our troubles from our old kit bag and wait until we drop down dead. There are bad times just around the corner. The horizon's gloomy as can be. The blackbird's over the greyish cliffs of Dover, and the rats are preparing to leave the BBC. We're an unhappy breed, and very bored indeed when reminded of something that Nelson said. And while the press and the politicians nag, 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 we'll wait until we drop down dead.
Noel Coward, a Cuthbert Club favourite there, ladies and gentlemen, with There Are Bad Times Just Around the Corner. Oh, wasn't it great listening to that line, the Reds are leaving the BBC? Oh, very strange that was. I wonder what's happening now.
Wonderful Radio Randle, get off me foot.
Yes, it's a fantastic time to bring on our next guest. Probably the oldest juvenile still treading the boards. Or could that be boring the threads? Come on, everybody, let's sing Oompa, 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 Oompa. Land of the Kenny Birch, home of the eagle, where something, something, da, 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 dances with the beagle. Yes, it's time for our next guest. Wheel him on and get him out of his supermarket trolley. Yes, Ken, almost beyond our Ken. Ken!
Hi everybody, it's only me.
Hey! Well, hello Ken. What have you been doing today?
Well, I started off at the cemetery and now I'm here.
Blimey, Ken, usually it's the other way round. How are things, Ken?
Oh, you know, not too good.
No?
I got a gas bill this morning and it said final notice. I thought, thank God, I'm bloody sick of them.
Yeah, well, I know it's the economic crisis, Ken.
Economic crisis, I'll say. It's a time of austerity. I bought this watch on tick, I bought glasses on spec, and I got a DVD of Peter Pan on the Never Never.
Whoa! Thanks a lot, Ken. Look, I normally do the jokes.
Well, Cuthbert, that's your opinion. I'll challenge you to a bar joke championship.
Oh, very well then. You're on first. Go on.
Piece of string went into a pub. It was all crunched up and not very tidy. And there's a sign above the bar saying, no string allowed. And the barman said, you're not a piece of string, are you? He said, I'm afraid not.
All right, Ken. A bear went into a pub. The barman said, what would you like to drink? And the bar said, gin and tonic. And he said, why the big pause?
A plate of bacon and eggs went into a bar. And the barman said, we don't serve breakfasts.
Well, I asked the barman if he had any helicopter crisps. He said they'd only got plain.
Hey. Shakespeare went into a pub and the barman said, you're bad.
An Irishman, a Hindu and a transvestite went into a pub. What a lovely image.
I give in. You've beat me there.
Thought so. Right.
Let me leave you with this one just before I go. I've forgotten the words. Oh, an amnesiac goes into the bar. And he said to the barman, do I come here often?
All right, Ken, you win.
No, do I come here often?
Oh, God, he's off again. Right, no. Yes, Ken, every year to wonderful Frankfest. From deep sea on the water in Brooklyn, let's hear it from Ken Blurch. Yeah!
Fell off the church steeple. The first thing he said was, force a drop of Mackerson between the lips. Drop. He didn't leave a drop in the bottle. Next thing he was up on his feet. Well, Mackerson would put anybody on their feet. It looks good, tastes good, and by golly, it does you good. Mackerson.
Mackerson. Yes, hasn't it been wonderful? You've been listening to wonderful Radio Randle, brought to you by the Cuthbert Club. Along the way, we've had laughs and songs and jokes and smiles, and all in honour of Blackpool's very own Frank Randle, who's certainly been with us this afternoon, in cardboard, if not in spirit. Yes, by man's behalf, I'd like to thank everybody who's made today possible, and that includes Dr. John Burskow, Ken Silverbirch, and Trevor Oldman River Hoyle, and to whom many thanks for allowing the use of the opening section from his play Randle Scandals with Keith Clifford, the magnificent Paul Culkin. So let's sign off now with a song that would have been Frank's favourite if he'd been alive when it was released. It's Tommy Cooper singing that wonderful song by Alberto y los Trios Paranoias, Heads Down, No Nonsense, Don't Jump Off the Roof, Dad.
Right, here we are then. Right. That's it. Right.
I'll join in, but please don't try it at home.
Here we go then. Leave it to me now. I shall get it in a minute. Daddy came home from work tired. The boss had been driving him mad. The kids started fighting, the dog bit him too. His dinner was nothing but warmed over stew. I guess it was then he decided, up to the rooftop he'll go. He was about to jump off when the kids started howling below. Oh, don't jump off the roof, Dad. You'll make a hole in the yard. Mama just planted petunias. The weeding and seeding was hard. If you must end it all, Dad, won't you please give us a break? Just take a walk to the park, Dad, and then you can jump in the lake. Here we go, boys. Keep it going now. That's it. Nice and loud. Don't jump off the roof, Dad. You'll make a hole in the yard. Mother just planted petunias. The weeding and seeding was hard. If you must end it all, Dad, won't you please give us a break? Just take a walk to the park, Dad, and there you can jump in the lake.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's not quite the end of the Cuthbert Club, because I know that we've got several other people here, and several people who are already here, and several people who may be here. If they're here, what do I hear? $2, $5, give me $5, give me $2. Who are going to come and give us a tune or two? But I think, who could we have first of all? Dr. John Burskow, I feel that your thespian talents have grown somewhat since you first started drinking hormones. Perhaps you'd like to come up here and do your party piece. You're going to do your party piece? Go ahead. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. John's going to examine me. Oh no, he did that before.
Well, this is unexpected. I was rather hoping it was going to be raining today, so I could do...
A bit closer.
Yeah? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, yes. I was rather hoping it was going to be raining today because my party piece is 3/8 a foot, which features the flood. I'll tell thee an old-fashioned story that grandfather used to relate of a joiner and building contractor. His name, it was Sam Oglethwaite. In a shop on the banks of the Irwell, old Sam used to follow his trade in a place you'll have heard of, called Bury. Aye, place where black puddings is made. One day, Sam was filling a knothole with putty when in through the door came an old fella, fur-wreathed in whiskers. The old chap said, "Good morning, I'm Noah." Sam asked Noah what were his business, and the old chap went on to remark that not liking the look of the weather, he was thinking of building an ark. He'd gotten the wood for the bulwarks and all t'other shipbuilding junk, and he wanted some nice bird's eye maple to panel the sides of his bunk. Now, maple was Sam's monopoly. That meant it was all his to cut. And as nobody else hadn't got none, Sam asked Noah 3/8 a foot. "Eightpen's too much," replied Noah. "Penny a foot's near at mark. Penny a foot, and when rain comes, I'll give thee a ride in me ark." But neither would budge in the bargain. The whole thing was some daft kind of jam. And Sam stuck his tongue out at Noah, and Noah made long bacon at Sam. In wrath and ill feeling they parted, not knowing when they'd meet again. And Sam had forgot all about it, till one day it started to rain. It rained, and it rained for a fortnight, and flooded the whole countryside. It rained, and it just kept on raining, till Thirlwell were 40 miles wide. The houses was soon under water, and folks to their roofs had to climb. They said it was the rottenest summer that Bury had had for some time. The rain showed no signs of abating, and waters rose hour by hour, till the only dry place were in Blackpool, and that were on top of the tower. So Sam started swimming to Blackpool. It took him best part of a week. His clothes was wet through when he got there, and his boots was beginning to leak. He stood to his watch chain in water, at tower top, just about dark, when who should come sailing towards him but old Noah, steering his ark. They stared at each other in silence till the ark were alongside all but. And Noah said, "What price your maple?" And Sam answered, 3 halfpence a foot. "Nay, lad, I'll give you an offer, same as I did t'other day, a penny a foot and a free ride. Now, come on, lad, what does that say?" 3 halfpence a foot, came the answer. So Noah his sail had to hoist, and sailed off again in a dudgeon, while Sam stood, determined but moist. Noah cruised around, flying his pigeons, till 40th day of the wet, and on his way back, passing Blackpool, he saw old Sam standing there yet. His chin just stuck out of the water, a comical figure he cut. And Noah said, "Now what price your maple?" And Sam answered, 3 halfpence a foot. "Come, lad, tha'd best take me offer. It's the last time I'll be here about. And if water comes half an inch higher, I'll happen get maple for nowt." 3 halfpence a foot it'll cost you, said Sam. "And about me don't fret. Sky's took a turn since this morning. I think it'll brighten up yet."
John Burstow, thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. And now I know we've got a little boy from Salford. Are you ready? A little boy from Salford, all the way. Christopher Carson. Big hand now, please.
Hey up. Mr. Bob Dylan's coming here in November, so I was listening to a Bob Dylan record the other day, Nashville Skyline, and on that record there's a song called Country Pie. And when I heard the words to this song, I thought, I know this record, I know this song. It were by my old mate George Formby, and Bob Dylan's copied it, and he's called it Country Pie. But old George's song were called Hollands Pies, and it goes like this. Oh, just like old Desperate Dan when he got cow pie in a big pan. I'm not used to playing this thing. Oh me, oh my, love those Hollands Pies. At last, don't delay, get to Chippy right away. Oh me, oh my, love those Hollands Pies. Well, cheese and onion, turkey and steak, what do I care? Sorry about this. Chips and gravy on a nice big plate, call me for dinner lass, I'll be there. With bread and butter and a pot of tea, little Jack only got out on me. Oh me, oh my, I love those Hollands Pies. Can I have some ukulele lessons, please, Paul? Well, don't need much, it ain't no lion running any race. Give to me my Hollands Pies, I won't throw them up in any bugger's face. With bread and butter and a pot of tea, little Jack only got out on me. Only oh my, love those Hollands Pies. Love those Hollands Pies. Thank you very much. I'll do one, I'll try and do another one. Ken's left the room, but not surprised. But Ken's left the room. But before, when we were sat outside, I was messing about with this, and there's some girls on a hen do, came up and said, "Play us a tune." So we did "A Girl from the North Country," which Ken did at one of the Salford Salutes Dylan's things years ago. that'll have to do. Right, so this is Girl from the North Country by Bob Dylan. If you're travelling in the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Please see how the hair's hanging down, that it rolls and flows all down her breast. Oh, see for me, their hair's hanging down. And if you're going to Barras, I'll have a pint of best.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Where's old Charlie?
Who?
Old Charlie.
Old Charlie's in rehab. He's found his bottle. No, he lost his bottle and found his voice. Or something, I don't know.
What, you mean him?
It's only a dummy. Right.
Round of applause for Cuthbert, please.
Yes.
And for Mrs. Cuthbert from the organisation.
Yeah. See you all next year.